Hello, my friends. Hello, and welcome to this live stream with Rachel and Carrie. I almost forgot my own name for a second there. Good thing it's underneath me. I'm about to encounter a wild thunderstorm, so if you hear various things, I will try to mute as much as I can. But we're so glad to be here with you. We love our live streams. Just a note, next week, we will not have a live stream because I will be on a plane. So that'll be fun for me. And we will resume the next week. Carrie Roldan is your business BFF. And she was just my business BFF because we had a meeting with Intimate Alien, which was amazing. And I'm the founder of the Intuitive Art Academy and the Substack Multidimensional Human, which is so fun and doing so well. So go check that out if you want to. Today, we're talking about stop trying. Stop trying. Whenever I stop trying, things explode in good ways for me. But I'm a stubborn person sometimes. And so it takes me a while on some things to kind of like put my resistance down, stop trying so that the solution can come. So if you can relate to that, then you're going to love today. We already have some people here. Hi, Jana. Hi, Guillaume. If you're here, let us know. And Carrie, what does this topic bring up for you?
Well, it brings up a couple of things. So one, I think that like just most of us, at least who grow up in the Western world, have sort of been taught the importance of trying your best, right? So there's that, like, what do you mean stop trying? But it brings up a couple of things. Like the first thing that comes up is Yoda, right? So this idea of like, there is no try, do or do not, and or something along the line. Try, I forget exactly how it is, but I like, there is the achiever part in me loves that, because there's this idea that try is a cop out, right? You're either doing it or you're not doing it. But I don't think that's really what we're talking about today. I think what we're really talking about today, so like I could get super passionate about the like, are you in or you out? Like that sort of give up the try. Not like I'm just gonna try my best and see what happens. But I think what we're talking about today is more of a just relax, let it go, stop pushing it and let it come to you. And that's a different kind of don't try. um so thanks, Guillaume. I'm glad I had the Star Wars the Star Wars, or is it probably Empire Strikes Back? I don't know.
I have no idea either. I mean, I know who Yoda is and I've seen the movie, but there's a lot of them. There's a lot of movies.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, that's exactly what I'm thinking. And they're probably related because it's the idea of committing to a path, right? Like, I'm going to see what happens. I'm going to try. Like, there's an essence of that of like, I'm not going to put pressure on myself, which is good. But yeah. But there's also like an unwillingness to see what you want to see at the end, like I think we could get into a lot of different versions of what this means, but I think what it really means is not introducing resistance into what you want, right? Like for me, whenever I say I'm going to stop trying, it means that I've been pent up. There's some resistance, there's some anxiety, there's some things that aren't working right that I'm engaging with, and it just feels harder. It feels like I'm pushing. It feels like I'm trying to find a solution instead of just taking a breath, letting the resistance go, right? Letting it all go, putting it down. Sometimes that means forgetting about the desire that you have, forgetting about the outcome that you want. It's like letting it all go, because what is really for you will come to you, right? Like letting an idea go that you can't figure out. Well, if it's really for you, then you'll attract it back. Like if the results are really there, if you're really aligned to the results, they will find you, because then now you won't have the resistance to having what you want. So it's very vibrational. And I think you can also really feel it if you're in the position of, right? Like, I've been trying so hard. I tried everything I know how to do. Like, that energy is repelling what you want. And so relaxing, like Carrie said, lets the thing actually come to you.
It's actually reminding me. So those of you who watch, I coach high school runners, but I do not coach sprinters. And it's reminding me of how to run the 100 meters. Like when you run 100 meters, initially there's a try, right? The gun goes off, you get out of the blocks. There's like an excited, like going after it energy. But after a certain amount of time, I think it's 60 meters, trying slows you down. Trying actually makes it like you are fighting against yourself. The more you try, the more you tense. And so if you want to get there faster, you actually have to stop trying and just relax and let your body do what it knows how to do. And that's sort of like, at least in the like realm of I was going to say masterminding, but I mean manifesting. In the realm of manifesting, I think that a lot of us get into this mode of trying where we're excited about the idea of something initially, and it feels good to think about it and talk about it and dream into it a little bit more. And then at some point, we turn that into like our tense work of like, okay, I'm going to really visualize my future today. Like we turn it into something that we have to try. I just experienced this morning. I stepped away from it, but Rachel and I have been doing, and some of you who are here, so hey, those of you who are here have been doing your higher self class. And I listened to the meditation for today and I was feeling so good. And I wanted to continue to listen to a meditation. And so I just picked a different one on YouTube. It was something about like manifest everything you want. And like immediately it was guiding me to like focus hard on my goals and think about what, and I was like, no, I can't do that today. No, because it feels so much better to just focus on relaxing, feeling more of my higher self. And especially since Rachel and I have both been experiencing like, oh, actually the more we remember like, oh, I wanted that, and then immediately forget it, like the more it comes to us. And we're not like forgetting. It's just not something we're trying to manifest constantly. So yeah, it's been said to like hold it lightly or surrender, like all of those things. That's what we're talking about.
I just want to comment that like the love fest going on in the chat right now is amazing. So I'll just start with you, Foodie's Delight. Hi, Katarina and Ducky Mama and Laura and Dale and Jana. You guys are all amazing and like saying hi to each other. So I'm going to call that out because the chat doesn't replay for the replay. So you all need to know that if you come live, there is a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
And it is well, welcome. I know you're new here, Foodie's Delight. You're welcome here. Welcome to the family.
Yeah, and Foodie's Delight, just that name sounds
yeah.
All right, Rachel. So where do we want to go from here? Or is there, well, I guess I'm going to ask you guys in the chat. Is this something, when we say, well, just stop trying, is this something that you guys can easily accept, that you can feel like, okay, I can do that? Because I know in the past I've been like, but if I stop trying, then something bad will happen, or like it will never happen if I stop trying. That has been my energy in the past. So how are you feeling about the idea of, I know at least one person that somewhere up on the chat was like, I am ready. I'm ready to stop trying.
Yeah, Katarina was saying, oh, nope, wrong one there. I'm so willing to stop trying. Yes. But Ducky Mama says she loves this topic. So, you know, what I want to highlight about that is if you're in resistance, nothing you want is going to happen anyway, pretty much. So you're not only blocking what you're trying to accomplish, you're blocking all the other good stuff that you could be attracting. And so when I find that I stop trying, I let in a lot more than just what I was trying to do. And so I remember this really vividly. Like, I remember leaving Carrie a message a couple years ago in December being like, all right, next year, I'm not trying to do this anymore. I'm not trying. I'm stopping trying this. And I did. And that is the year that I became a professional screenwriter. And like, it was one of the most joyous years of my life. Like, synchronicities just kept coming to me, and I made more money than I'd ever made before. And I wasn't even trying. Like, I love that saying of like, I wasn't even trying. It just happened, right? Because that's how it works. So there is more magic to be had by being the receiver than by being the trier. So what are you, if you're trying right now, if you're like, I got to keep going, if that's your value, like if you've placed value on that, ask yourself, what could I be experiencing if I stop trying? What are the other things that you would love to have happen? Like, what is your alternate list of like, actually, if I stop trying, what would I love? I would love to write a book this year. I'd love to go to the beach more often. I'd love to go hiking, because trying uses up so much energy, and it also repels all the other things that you could be receiving at the moment.
So this is how do you stop trying? Like, this is the question, right? If we are, I mean, I'm hopeful that those of you who are here have had the experience of surrendering something or just giving up. Like, I love that when I just finally like, oh, I give up, right? Well, you're giving up the resistance. And so usually a flood of good things come in. The mistake I've often made then is to be like, let me pick up that resistance yet again. Like, but I think this is a fair question. And I don't know that you necessarily have the answer, but we've been taught to like persist and try hard to achieve the things that we care about, or to get or to manifest the things that we really care about. And so how does one go about putting down the resistance?
Well, for me, it's been about putting my like decision making behind how I'm feeling instead of what I think I'm going to get out of hard work. Because if you value how you feel above everything else, then you're going to hate trying. You're going to hate it. It's going to be awful. Because trying, again, it's like wading through mud. There's no fun in that. There's no ease in that. There's no joy in that, right? So ease is easy. Remember, ease is easy. So if it's not easy or fun or joyful, or, sometimes I like a challenge, but it's a fulfilling challenge. It's a rewarding challenge while I'm doing it. So realizing, oh, you know what? I'm really dragging here. This isn't working for me. I'm not feeling good. I'm not energized by this, right? This is draining me. I'm not excited about it. I'm not drawn to this. I keep forgetting about it. I keep shooting myself into doing it. Those are all signs that you're trying. And you can recognize, I am more effective when I'm feeling open, when I'm feeling relief, when I'm feeling free, when I'm feeling like I have choice, when I'm feeling excited, right? And so making the shift there based on how you're feeling is how I do it, because I'm sensitive to how I feel. How I feel is really important to me. And just the other day, I made a decision, was as you get happier, as the rest of your life like gets to be in a great place, it's more evident where you're trying. And I realized the other day, I've totally hit a wall on something that I was trying. And I pretty quickly was able to access a solution, at least to try. And it feels incredible already. And so when you realize, oh, there's a tightness in my chest, there's something I'm dreading, ask yourself, okay, obviously I need a new solution here. How can I put this down and either delegate it, give it away, stop doing it, whatever, give it back? I don't know. What is the solution here? Try things out, talk to people, talk to yourself, do a meditation, do a reading. Like, there is a way to find relief. You will feel it, and then you can go from there.
And I just want to say that in your explanation of how not to try, you use the word try twice. And so I want to make it clear, right? That's the tricky part. The try, when she's saying try things out, or I got a solution to try, she's meaning experiment with, implement, right? Like some other word besides put resistance behind. And I think that's where it can actually get tricky, right? Is that distinction between I'm trying something on, I'm seeing how I like it, to I'm trying to make it fit. Like, so all the semantics of the English language, but like I hope you guys can feel that distinction. Trying things on is awesome. When you feel inspired to try something new, do it. But to like keep trying at something that doesn't feel good because you feel like I must persevere, I must follow through, or I believe this is the only path to the outcome I want, therefore I will continue to try. That's exhausting.
And I feel like people really feel that way. They get locked into like, well, this person knows what they're talking about and they told me to do it this way. That can be very hard, to change. But I love what Jana is saying, and that she is aligning to ease, peace, and flow. Yeah. Amazing. Very amazing.
I can't remember if ease was ever a word for like a word of the year for me. But that is such a, like, if ever you're like find yourself trying, like, if I could just align to ease, what does ease feel like in my body? Like, that's such a quick way to put down the try.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, what do you guys think? Let's see. Dale is saying, yes, Rachel, it's easy to listen to someone else when not trusting yourself. Yeah. And I think that's part of it, right? So we're not taught to value our feelings in our society as a whole. Maybe some parents said that, but I think there's also like, do what your teacher says and do what the priest says, and whatever, I don't know, but like, do what the adults say, do what the experts say, do what your professor says. Like, we're so often told to follow the rules and follow along and listen to authority and read this book and read that book and take this course and listen to that guru. It's like, sure, they might have something really important and amazing to say, but we aren't taught discernment, and like, what is your truth saying, and where do you want to go, and how do you feel best? Those are things that we need to address if we're going to find any level of happiness as adults. So I think that is definitely the cornerstone of it.
Well, and the try and the trusting yourself, right? Like that, there's so the when we're using the try, we're using like the resistant form, is like, at least for me, I notice when I'm trying at something, I'm not listening. I'm irritated by intuitive nudges because I'm like, hold on, I need a, like, I'm working on this right now. Like my guidance is doing its best to lead me in the direction that I want to go, in the direction of ease, of allowing what I want with ease. And when I'm trying, I'm often in the place of ignoring my truth, ignoring myself. And so part of not trying, is actually honoring yourself, is trusting yourself enough to know, like, I wouldn't let me down. And so, um, and I initially found like it was scary to stop trying. I felt like I'm overly permissive with myself. Um, but the more I can do it, the more I can just relax and be open and trust the guidance that comes to me through me, the more things work out, the more ease I find, the easier it is to continue to trust myself and not try so damn hard. Now, if I find myself trying really hard, it becomes uncomfortable so much earlier than when it once did, which I feel like is a good sign.
Absolutely. Mm-hmm. And if you really need to, just change the subject, like if you can't figure out how to relieve yourself of some resistance, just try to focus on other things for a while, and like let that die down on its own. And then a solution will often come to you for that thing. So just try to feel good as often as you can. I mean, I know that sounds really ridiculous, but if you can feel good about what there is to feel good about, your life is going to come up and at least give you the solution to have that other thing feel good. So that's what I would recommend.
So I know we have a lot of people here who are already like in our orbit. But if someone were to want a little more guidance in this realm, where can they join us, Rachel?
Well, where do you want to join us? There's so many places. So we are creating something really amazing at the moment that you're going to hear about soon. And it is an extension of our coaching group. So if you want to get in on the juicy behind the scenes stuff, I would join us in our coaching group, which is at intuitiveart.com/membership. That is the place to go right now. But we are also an Intuitive Art Academy, and you can become certified in our incredible modality. And so you can go to intuitiveart.com, take our free class, learn about certification, also learn about our group coaching from there. And people more than ever are looking for who they are, and they want to know how to access their truth. So becoming a certified intuitive artist is actually an incredible thing you can do for yourself and for other people. So I would highly recommend that.
There's no wrong path, guys.
No wrong path.
Listen to yourself.
Yeah, your path is the right path, your path. And I think that's so exciting, right? Like you have your own built-in creator, GPS system, feedback system, like happiness system. Happiness is so underrated, like being happy is incredible. Not only because you feel great, you're appreciative, people are, blessed by your presence, but also you're open to all the things that you want to, right? You want the things, but you don't want the things and not the happiness. You want the happiness and the things. And that is what your path gives you. So be happy, my friends, and the rest will come.
That got a yawn out of me. And as you were talking, for me, it is, had I not found you, had I not created a community around this, what I'm going to say in air quotes, pursuit of happiness, I don't know that I would have found what I'm currently experiencing, because I think I would be trying to be happy. I think like even the idea of the pursuit of happiness, right? Which is like, that is every American's right.
Yeah, we were just talking about that in like the book Infinite Jest. Are you familiar with that book?
Mm-mm.
So it's a really famous book, and it's all about this this guy who does everything that he thinks will make him happy, the big job, the watch, you know, like the riches, all of that. And then he gets to it and he's like, wait a minute. I have everything I thought would make me happy. Why am I not happy? Why am I absolutely depressed? So, yeah, the pursuit of happiness, like, you know, getting the business degree instead of the culinary degree because you think it's a better life choice when really, you know, blah, blah, blah. So, yeah, I'm really happy you said that.
And Foodie's delight is getting it.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Yes. All right. Well, you know, I think that's the beauty of these live streams. And so much of what Rachel and I do together is just we get together, we get into the energy of a topic, and then we get to marinate in it. And that's what this, I can tell you, Rachel, I now feel more relaxed and even less try. I'm yawning again than when we started this conversation. And oddly enough, can I be committed and not trying at the same time? I think so. But like
Yeah.
even more committed to floating through life like the Forrest Gump feather, you know, that just like Forrest Gump is such a beautiful example for me, actually, of the not try. Like, it doesn't mean he doesn't show up at his best. It just means like he goes where the wind takes him, bringing all of himself and no resistance, and beautiful, amazing things happen in his life.
Yeah. I can relate to that. Yeah. So I think the other thing to see is like you're not actually giving up. You're just giving the part of you with the actual ability to create things for you the reins. You're taking the blinders off, really, and giving the part of you with the power to do what you want to do, the control. And you're just taking yourself out of the bottleneck of that. Like, I was like when I was a teenager, I was so neurotic. Like I thought I had to remember every piece of wisdom I'd ever thought and downloaded and every bit of knowledge I'd ever accumulated from school. And I thought I had to have the perfect plan 15 years out and like know exactly how I was going to support myself in every situation so that I never had to rely on anyone else. Like, hello, trauma. But like, I thought that's what it meant to be a responsible human being. Like, I thought that is how to be a good person. And so I took it really seriously. And I was clinically depressed and miserable, and lots of like things were not working out for me. I wonder why. But really, it was like in my journey of relaxing and letting go and like not trying and like not planning ahead too far and just focusing on the feelings of things. That's when life really started taking off for me. And a lot of people now call me like lucky. Oh, you're so lucky that you get to work online. You're so lucky that this is happening for you. And like, it does look more effortless how I live now. It looks lucky. It looks like I'm just in the right place at the right time and I didn't do any preparation and things are just falling into my lap. And you know, that's a valid view if you have that view, but it's actually the opposite. It's like the trying so hard it was lucky I was still had a roof over my head. Like it was lucky that other people were willing to step in and support me because I was so freaked out about other people supporting me. I needed their support to stay alive. So don't let outside perception get in your way of following your own path and your own heart, because it doesn't matter what people think about you. It matters how you think about you and what you are doing in your own life. So anyway, I think we're at time, but
Well, we are almost out of time, but that was a really great way to talk about it. And the last thing I want to say is just that as you were describing this, like how your life was previously, and then stop trying, it made it seem, this is what I don't want it to seem like if you are in that try mentality and chasing happiness and all of the things, which Rachel and I have both been there. It might just seem like all we're saying is, well, just don't try, right? Like I know that that's kind of the same thing as telling someone with an eating disorder, we're like, well, just eat. Like, right? There's a certain level of like easing yourself into it and taking small bites and trusting that like nothing bad will happen. And so wherever you are in the journey, know that you can try a little less.
Yeah. Momentum is not going to let you just jump off the cliff, right? So don't just quit your job. Don't, make huge life changes. Do it a little bit at a time. Focus on meditating every day. Yes. That will automatically help you find more ease. So take it slow and just care more about how you feel, and that will do a lot of it.
It really will. All right. Well, we got lots of thank yous for the calls. So thank you guys for being amazing. We love hanging out with you.
Thanks for all being here, and we'll see you in 2 weeks. Bye, everyone. Bye, guys.